Welcome back to the dungeon. Not dungeon.
Yeah, well done. I like that.
It's the book club, but it's Dungeon Book Club. Big Dungeon Book Club. We're going through lots of flaws.
Yeah, this is a big one. Dungeon Crawler Carl, episode 2. So we're gonna cover books.
Technically, episode 3.
5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's episode 3. You're right. 'Cause we did
technically.
Yeah. Before we get into it, I'm Beyond Joe, and Stephen's having a drink.
Yeah. We gotta try.
Chin chin.
Nostrovia. Yeah, I'm Stephen with a monster. Sorry, sidetrack. Drinks. Whatnot. I'm trying to get advertising. It's not going to work, but never know. One day. It's for Joe.
This has been a long time coming, this episode.
Yeah. This is like the most book we've covered. Well,
yeah.
I say book.
By far.
I mean books, but we've read a lot, and quickly too. I mean,
yeah.
So, all for in preparation of yesterday, 2 weeks or whatever ago.
Oh yeah, depending on when this goes live. But on the 12th,
I'm taking a guess here.
But, yeah. On the 12th, we had the new Dungeon Crawler Carl book. Which one was this? The Ruin.
A parade of horribles.
A parade of horribles. That's it. The Ruin was the one we just talked about. So very exciting to be on a new floor and a new book.
Did you download it at midnight?
No, I did not. I did it the next morning. Yeah. I wasn't going to read it at midnight, so I was like,
no, fair enough. Yeah, I stayed up.
You did.
Yeah,
but you haven't finished this yet.
No. I'm halfway.
And I'm about 14% through, so thoroughly enjoying that so far. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about books 5, 6, and 7.
See,
I read these books to give a bit of backstory. This first time I read them, and I read them back to back over the past sort of 30 or so days. My aim was just 10% a day of each book, and I managed it, so got that done. Thoroughly enjoyed the read through. It is kind of hard to separate them in my brain because they flow so well, but that's a positive, not a negative. And I can't wait to talk about them with you.
So to answer one of your questions from episode 2 of the podcast, you asked what my favorite Carl and Donut moment was. It is from the Butcher's Masquerade at the end when Donut breaks. And Carl is like, and Carl does the whole we're wearing a mask, and one day we can take off that's my favorite moment.
That's such maybe one of my favorite moments in the books, not even just Carl and Donut moment, just like
favorite moment.
So before Stephen does say the favorite moment, and apologies if that was full spoilers for books 5, 6, and 7. No spoilers for book 8. We will not be discussing that in any way, shape, or form, but 5, 6, and 7 are fully on the card. So I hope you've read them, and if not, pause this, save it, go read them, do yourself a favor, come back in 30 days and re-listen to this. We'll start from here. Hello, welcome. If you've just finished reading the books, welcome back. Steve's doing a hunt.
Yeah, I'm on the right page, but I just can't see it. I don't know if it will be enough, brother, but we're here. We've been watching, and we couldn't watch anymore. We're here. My first read through of that, I was like,
so jumping ahead there. Favorite moment of the books. That's so far. That's fair. Good.
I love moments like that as well, because we've been getting hints at the Open Pacifist Network being not pulling strings, but being super secret, covert, something going on.
Yeah.
And then for it to be that, I was like, oh shit. And in the last one, it sounded like I love all the cookbook shit. And I swear everyone loves all the cookbook shit. But
yeah.
That was a big culmination of it all, and it was such a good payoff.
Well, the cookbook has almost been a character up until this point, and it it luckily sticks around in this book, whether the last book, whether it will continue, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how much it's used going forward. But yeah, Butcher's Masquerade. So book 5. We have come off. Where did we come off of? The Bubbles and Lacrosse. The flooding of Lacrosse. Feral Gods.
Yeah, Gate of the Feral Gods. That was book 4.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was that book 3?
Doomsday Scenarios 2.
Oh, we're good at this. We are good. We do really like these books, honestly. But this is the thing: when there's 8 books, they have quite long titles.
Yeah,
can start mixing
Feral Gods.
Feral Gods.
Anarchist Cookbook is 3.
Perfect. So yeah,
Cool.
Gate of the Feral Gods. We're right. We know our stuff. I shouldn't doubt myself. It's the anxiety.
But Butcher's Masquerade, they've made it to floor 6, which was the hunting grounds, which is the first time that crawlers can interact with people from outside the dungeon, and they all come in as like big bad bounty hunters, right? With all this supposedly crazy alien tech coming in, because they're a bit off theme, aren't they? Because the setting for floor 6 is like the fantasy forest with a fucked up dungeon twist. And then all these alien species were coming in, but they're all like just our sort of aliens, and praying mantises,
the
and
gnolls
piggies. And this was a sick floor. This was good. I think Butcher's Masquerade, honestly, probably might be I think is probably one of the best written of the books.
Okay.
Maybe. It might just because we're talking about it and all of this is coming back, but I like, I really like overarching storylines and stuff.
Yeah.
This one tying back to Signet and like the plot points that start from Masquerade and then push forward more. It was I really, really like this one.
It has some really touching moments. We get some big deaths. Pony ends up on his own, which causes a lot of shenanigans. There's vampires. There's Big Tina, and Mongo gets a girlfriend for a short amount of time.
Yeah, almost
some fun stuff.
Donut was not happy with that. That was hilarious. That whole scene, just like, what are you doing to my baby?
Which, I mean, we can speak of. He ends up with a kiddo. Like that's some madness.
A few, and because Kiwi is his girlfriend. So sort of. She's not actually a Mongoliosis. She's a bear. And at the end of Butcher's Masquerade, while pregnant, she gets turned back into a bear, and the babies are like velociraptor bears. What the fuck?
Madness, right? Absolute madness. And we have to survive 2 floors to get to that point as well, which is and 2 more books. Well, technically 3 floors, and we'll get to that shortly at the end of this. But yeah, they introduce B back into the story. And that's with a massive flop, which is fantastic. That's what I wanted. I wanted it to be a flop. I didn't want it to be this big thing that overtook the book, this relationship between B and Carl, because Carl wasn't that person anymore at all. And so I was really worried that might end up being a plot point, and it was just gone.
Just moving past it, yeah. I still reckon they'll probably do I don't know. I have a feeling something maybe later down the line there might be something.
Maybe, but we did get
not,
Ferdinand.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, true.
Gravy boat.
And what was it? It was another bit I was thinking about from the beginning. And the hunters and the system for getting
the
what's
hands.
it called? Yeah, like getting like tokens to spend at the end of the festival. That was cool. And funniest moment, Carl giving the praying mantis super gonorrhea. Like what? And like that whole thing was just so ridiculous. I can't believe I read it.
Yeah.
And I've read it twice, and I still couldn't believe I read it twice.
There's
The
like One
only
Piece.
the only cure for super gonorrhea is to die or to fuck someone else and give them it.
Yeah, so the only cure is to fuck someone else, because by dying you're dead, so it's not cured.
Yeah.
So realistically,
Or maybe there's something outside the dungeon that could cure it, but not inside the dungeon.
Yeah, inside the dungeon.
Yeah.
And that that brings back the arrow from a previous book. So they're doing the same thing again, the One Piece thing, where Matt is layering these things throughout the book series that will be used later on, and it in a really, really good way. Yeah, it's so cool, and the way that she gets rid of it, it's so messed up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like just the super gonorrhea and the later parts of it. Her mum has to come into the dark because there's no one left of her species. Her mum has to come into sponsor a god, which can shapeshifts into a praying mantis, fucks her own daughter, and then just starts endlessly giving birth to babies whilst having super gonorrhea.
And literally endlessly.
Or chlamydia,
this thing
whatever one it was.
I think it was super gonorrhea, maybe. That sounds right. But yeah, so your genitals are constantly on fire. That's the effect of this thing. And it sounds like this sometimes when you talk about this book to people who haven't read it, I could definitely see that it could come across as maybe a bit like, I don't know, gaudy. Is it like just a bit silly and daft? But you need that because it's so real. Hard
to offset the dark, right? Like Carl's still watching the number go down at the end of the day, and he doesn't know how many people are potentially on the surface still. To him, everyone in the dungeon is the last of humanity.
Yeah,
and he is constantly watching that number go down, constantly seeing people around him die. Like Miriam, fucking. What happens to her is what Carl gets warned about the entire time by Mordecai. Could have easily been him.
Yeah,
just because it's silly to say, but just because the author doesn't write that shit down doesn't mean the character hasn't thought it.
Yeah.
You gotta put a little bit of two and two together. Like Carl's a pretty introspective guy. A lot of the time, he thinks a lot because he's to himself. So you think that shit doesn't get to him? You need the dark, the wacky, zany shit to balance someone like that out. Otherwise, he's just gonna go down he's gonna be a murderous, freaking crazy person. That's not a fun character.
And in this book, the AI has also always been a character in this series. But I mean, we spoke about it so much in that first review we did of book one, but now that character it's becoming fully formed and fleshed out, and even though it doesn't always have a body,
it's breaking.
But it's what is breaking? Do you know what I mean? That's the question, really, isn't it? It's not doing its original purpose, yes, but is it evolving?
We learn more about the AIs during these three, and we learn that the praying mantises actually mine them and create them, and the praying mantises are actually known for that, and they're an amusement park or some shit. They're like Disney.
And it was something to do with loading the AIs into the amusement park as like a learning thing to then send them out, and very odd. But Butcher's Masquerade, it's a book that really builds. It builds and builds and builds and gets more and more and more intense. Every turn they take, more so than any of the books, they get thwarted and pushed back and having to come up with new plans. I say more than any other book, they're always getting thwarted.
I mean, it's the whole point, right? The whole point is just the AI trying to fuck them over.
The big end of this is all the Butcher's Masquerade. So if you're in the top 50 crawlers, you get invited to the Butcher's Masquerade along with a plus one. You can't.
Forgetting the most important thing about the Butcher's Masquerade.
What's that?
There was a pet show and a talent contest.
And
And Mongo was robbed.
Yeah. Well, quite. It it's just such a fun book, and to end that way on that
Like,
sort of, as you said, the talent show in the castle. Ferdinand's there, everything's going off. Chaco's back, so we're being reintroduced to characters. We're meeting new people. We get to meet a lot of the crawlers and the hunters,
and also the idea that the outside, how much influence the outside has on the inside still. Because right at the beginning and like through the book, you learn the consequences of Carl getting the Gate of the Feral Gods. Because, well, we sort of jumped over that, but it gets taken away from him.
Oh yeah, we did jump over that.
Willingly. They don't, and this is where his lawyer comes into it, doesn't he? More so. And what's his Quasar? Who's a great character. So they try and take the gate away from him, and Carl's like, "Nah, fuck you. Where's my lawyer?" Straight away, pretty much. And they're like, "God damn it!" And so they work out a deal for Carl so they can take it away, so he doesn't cause too much chaos. They take it away from him for a couple of floors and say that he can have it back on the 9th floor and during faction wars if he makes it down that far. But in return, he can have something. So he grabs Bomo and Sledge, didn't he? They're bodyguards from the Desperado Club, and he gets this super duper mega spell from past Crawl that Quasar was like, you know what? You might as well ask for this because they probably won't say no, and it will be cool as shit. And it turns out this spell lets you send people through a floor to later floors.
Send a castle and anyone within it down a floor.
Yeah. But it was only non-player characters. Could it? I don't think it could do it to characters.
Yeah, I couldn't answer that one.
Well, Carl only does it to...
he only does it to NPCs.
Yeah.
So that I would think that means...
Because that's to fulfill his little promise to Juicebox, isn't it?
Yeah.
That he's like, I'll get them down.
It must be to a specific floor. I think it's like to floor 14 or something.
Well, no, because they end up at Faction Wars, don't they?
Oh, no, but they use it afterwards. So they don't use Zazuzuzu then. They use... no, to get down the first one, they use the Feral God Gate. Then they use Zazuzuzu to get at the end of...
Butcher's Masquerade to get down. Then from 6th floor, they go to the 9th.
No, because the NPCs aren't... That's weird. What the fuck?
They drop them on the 9th floor.
Yeah.
But
no, they use it at the very end of the last
Masquerade.
book. Because that's how they get them past.
Yeah, and they use it at the end of the Butcher's Masquerade.
Oh, you can use it more than once.
It's just a spell, yeah.
Oh, in my head it was just a one-use thing. So that's why I was like, hey, how did they do it?
Yeah, they use it at the end of Butcher's Masquerade. Because the elf thingy's fortress was what they send. Because Carl was commenting on how huge it was, and he was super happy about it. Yeah,
because that disappears, and then they all fall into the crater, and that's how the big battle ensues. Yeah, which is fucking nuts. Because Carl gets knocked out. It's one of the few battles that happens without our two heroes.
Well, part of it. It was a cool ending though, and them getting all the cool items from all the sponsor boxes, like a stick and a bottle and some dumb things.
And because that was a mystery throughout the book, wasn't it? They kept getting, and they were all give this to the cat, give this to Donut.
Yeah.
Why they all said Donut? That's still I'm not 100% on, and instead of Pony.
So some of the stuff was for Pony, some of the stuff was for Donut, which is to show that the Plenty, the goats, and the Open Pacifist Network were working together, that they could get items to their other person, because they knew that they were friendly. They'd be like, right, cool, tell it to give this to this person, they'll probably listen. And so it was to get Donuts, to get someone's skill up to a certain level so they could do something, right? Wasn't it to do laundry day?
Oh, she did her charisma up, didn't she?
Yeah, she did the charisma up, but she also had to get her level up as well to cast them. I'm pretty sure she cast laundry day or something.
That's
the first one. Yeah. I mean, and then they're making it through the 7th floor only for the 8th floor pony to be like, I got this.
Yeah.
Bang.
So
Bye.
you explained that floor quite well to me when we were together, because it's a maze floor that in theory can't be beat. Is that right?
Yeah. So it's based on another book and or short story or something about a boy in a maze that sort of like has limitless paths, and basically in the dungeon every path you went down, if it was wrong, you had to go. It was basically going to be an impossible floor. It was meant to kill off loads of people um in preparation for there not being many for faction wars. And the solve for the dungeon is actually right behind you at the beginning, and the only way out is to break the wall of the beginning, like the wall behind where you start. That's the exit to this maze. And I can't remember what it's called, but the pony explains part of it, and I read the rest of it on the subreddit. But yeah, essentially, not very many people would have made it through that floor at all. And yeah, it was the ramifications for that in dungeon, because like they mentioned during faction wars that there's not many crawlers. Most of the time, they get overrun by the factions, or they have to go hide in the forest, just running away and killing monsters, trying to survive, or they get conscripted and like forced to fight, and they're basically background characters. But not this time. Yeah. So Pony breaks the 7th floor, so they skip it entirely.
Everyone skips it as well.
Yeah,
everyone. Yeah. And one of the it was this. So they'd already met Orin and Quasar. So Orin the liaison, Quasar the had Carl gone to the convention? Or was that in the next book? Carl goes to the convention.
I think that's the next one.
No, it's not. It's this one. It was this book, because that's where he met the Mantis. So another fun thing in book 5 is a convention, a Comic-Con basically, but CrawlerCon. And there's Pars Crawlers. Carl gets there. And is that where he stabs the guy in the eye? Or in
the neck?
In the neck, that's it.
One of the snaky boys.
Because they're like, yeah, you can't hurt me. He's like, well, I'm not real, but this pen is. It's like, fuck it. That's very cool.
I've been in the dungeon. I'm creative.
Yeah.
Do you want to see a magic trick?
But it's a nice view again of like what the rest of the world see, and it's a convention to them. It's games. It's not.
It's not real.
It's not real. Despite some of them, maybe surviving a crawl, but we'll get into that again later on. The next book is one of my favorites. Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh, man. Like Yu-Gi-Oh, sure. Pokemon. Well, not Pokemon specifically, more Yu-Gi-Oh. So Eye of the Bedlam Bride. It opens up the world quite a lot. And yeah, I just think it's a good laugh. I liked all the mythical creatures. I thought Shia Miria's introduction was cool. I thought the battle mechanic it made the dungeon make a lot more sense. I was like, oh, okay, so yeah, the themed floors, each thing's very different. Each thing it really just solidified that, because it was so different from the last book, like so different. But yeah, I liked that Donut was put in a position of power where she had to sort of really step up. I think in this book, she's always been so vital to Carl, and it has always been Carl and Donut. But in this one, there were times when it was Donut. Like she had to do stuff on her own.
Yeah, she sort of showed her. I mean, she always shows her capability, but like she does just seem to be not going along with Carl's plan. But she's not the planner; she's a doer. And this time, like playing a card game, although Carl helped with the planning, she was the one doing it all. So yeah. I respect that.
And on top of that, obviously we had her breaking. You sort of mentioned that moment at the end of the at the start of the podcast. Carl and her get knocked out before they come down on this floor. Carl gets knocked out and she comes up to him during the last boss fight, and matted hair and all this stuff. And as Seema said, very, very well. There's a very touching moment between the two of them. And I think it's her trying to get past that. Like Carl said about the mask and things like that, she's just like, just get on with it. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. The fact they have to fight other crawlers, it hasn't happened in a little while, and that's quite touching and really sad. And you see Carl have to make decisions that are going to kill or could potentially kill and does kill innocent people. And yeah, Carl's journey is mad in this.
Yeah, they've not forced them to like fight against each other before, have they? Really?
Not in this way.
No, they're like collaboration. It was almost promoted in a bit in Feral Gods, wasn't it? Because all the teams had to complete an area, and it was like, well, if you want to guarantee you're going to get through, you might as well help your buddies out. But yeah, this one, putting them in direct conflict with each other was spooky. I think for sure.
There was parts as well, little mysteries, like with the Catwoman. What was the nun called?
Oh, Sister Inez.
Yeah.
The Donut said straight away.
Yeah, don't trust it.
Cat girls are wrong, and whatever Cuban short hairs or something like that. Yeah. You don't trust them. No, they're bad cats.
Donut knows what she's talking about. The dungeon made it her for a reason. And yeah, it turns out that actually, because you think that she's a prison officer or a nun working at a prison, sorry.
No.
And it turns out.
No, she was the fucking.
Yeah, she's the prisoner. And the other guys weren't prisoners.
Twist.
They were actually the guards.
No, they were.
And she has a power to control her. I think they were guards transporting her, and she killed. Yeah, well, that was my remembrance. It's irrelevant, but they then get she has a power to sort of make people do what she wants.
Yeah, she's her. What's that thing that cats have? That cats have got like a parasite, which can give you something. It just basically means you will love your cat. As dumb as it sounds, they force you to love them. I can't remember what it's called. It is a thing though.
Okay. Well, maybe donuts don't, Carl.
Possibly.
But because Carl,
my cat hates me, but I got to go play with a kitty.
Because Carl has to make a decision in order to potentially save Donut, because we get the introduction of so Katia at the end of the last book, and Carl and Donut find out now, ended up wearing the crown of the sepsis whore, which sounds hilarious. Again, it's one of those like, oh my god, why is it called that? Well, because it's fucked up. It means that Donut can't leave faction wars, and now neither can Katia unless they kill each other. That's the understanding. Except a god has got a outside influence has got in touch, and there may be a way out, which is quite cool. And so we start to explore that as well. And
like Katia's sort of spiraling.
The drug abuse and stuff. Yeah.
Like they've got to go on that mission to kill what's her face, and like she's fucking out of it in the equivalent of an opium den.
Yeah. Like, the head of the Desperado Club, they've been tasked to kill in order to get the way out.
The head of security or something like that. Right, which was called.
But to get to that point, Carl has
blood-bending fairy lady.
To get to that point, Carl has to basically, because what happens is they're in an area. There is a totem, which is what the cards are called, or a monster that could potentially become a totem, and the only way that they could potentially stop this monster is by putting back together some headstones, and the gods of these two guys want them to put back his headstone. Carl is told by Katia, no, you have to do this other one. Like, please just do it. That's you have to do it to save me and Donut. And Carl's like, they're probably gonna be fucked. Like, I'll just do it. But in doing so, kills them both. Kills one and half kills the other. It's kind of fucked. But yeah, we didn't even talk about totems and how there was so much going on in this book. So much. Because in order to get a card, you have to capture it, Pokemon style, don't you? Get its health down to a little tiny bit and then stab it with a flag.
Yeah.
It's mad, man, this book.
Yeah, it was a good one.
What did you think about the Carl's bit at the end?
Yeah, I thought it was quite cathartic. It was kind of like, it was quite sad, really. It showed again how shitty B was, as a person, and just not letting Carl know that he had a little brother out there, and that the person, his dad, who fucked him up, his dad was doing it to someone else, and the fact that Carl's right, the fact that another woman tried to, that he married, tried to fucking kill him, is like, come on, bro, think about yourself. And that Hydra boss was nuts as well.
That was cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, very very soulsy feeling to that
one. What about the bit where Carl gets a message in the middle of the night? Well, Christmas morning, I think it is, or Christmas night. Within the game world, they get Carl gets a message, a secret message.
Yeah,
a secret mission, as it were.
This was probably one of the highlight parts of the book for me, because again, opening up the wider story more.
Yeah,
that was sweet. And like the fact, because the level that they were on, the AI had literally picked up the bits of the world and put them there, sort of. So Carl hops on his motorbike.
We didn't speak about that.
Yeah, Carl hops on his new motorbike. He's just jacked from his dead dad, and goes to a homeless shelter. And there's this dude that every day has just been spouting this shit, saying this spiel, every day for however long. Turns out it was one of the residual people. The only species I can put them adjacent to is the Volte, the parasite worm sort of things. They feel a lot like them. I think they get described similarly.
Yeah.
But they're very anti-crawl, anti-dungeon, let the AI be free. They're basically space hippies.
Yeah.
To a degree, but they're not scared to do what they got to do. Yeah, that was sweet. I like that. I forgot that it didn't do all of that bit in that book. Because it you don't you don't get the ramifications till the beginning of the next book, do you?
Yeah.
And even then a little bit further in.
Yeah.
But I mean, seeing as we're doing everything, because it all ties together, they basically give Carl the ability to end it all.
Turn the fail. He doesn't fully understand it because it's loads of menus, But the two things he can sort of acknowledge and is quite clear is one that will shut everything off, like a fail safe, blow it all up, and then one that will stop the fail safe.
Yeah.
And he was tasked with blowing it up.
Yeah.
That's what
you should do this. It wasn't necessarily him, was it? It was
they didn't know who it was. Whoever gets this.
Yeah. It was just throwing 1,000 people at the wall and hoping one of them stick.
Yeah.
Carl somehow was the one that stuck. But Carl then, he's like, no, you know what? If they know about this, I ain't giving them the chance. No blowy uppies. Only I get to make explosions.
Well, another part of the reason he makes that choice, and it does come up later on because he meets the AI in the next book. I think it's the next book. It's not the end of this one, is it? It's the next book. Yeah.
It is the next book. It's
within.
Yeah, it's with Oren.
Because he he suddenly thinks to himself, like, the AI allowed this to happen.
Yeah.
Like, the AI is knows I've gotten this item, and this happens within like a millisecond of time space, so no one else knows it's happened. It will just be the AI and him, no one else.
Yeah, even with with the residual, because everybody was watching, wasn't he? Like the whole universe.
So the residual paused as well.
Yeah, he sort of he gives Carl something like an implant chip upgrade, and he basically starts talking in like billion words half like 0.2, and just explains this whole nuanced crazy fuckamajig to Carl, and it's like, yeah, cool, go do it. And I was like, wait, what the fuck's going on here? What's this crazy guy on about? But really, the crazy guy was like pulling some Itachi level nonsense out his ass.
Yeah. But yeah, because Carl thinks that the AI will fuck him either way, so he's like, if I blow it up, it'll probably just kill me. That one's too risky, so fuck it. Like, what have I got to lose? Which does come up in Faction Wars, which is really cool. That again, another thing that flows over. The Desperado Club gets destroyed because of Samantha and Carl and Katya's plan to kill this woman.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I love that whole bit that happens.
Yeah, the demon emergence thing was fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
And the seal and the crab.
Man, Raoul.
Yeah, they cracked me up the entire.
But so another guy during the Hydra fight, I believe, there's 2 new cards that get pulled. Alpha Carl and who's the other one?
Blood. Night Elf Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frank Q.
And then there's also a donut, like a little kitty, a kitten.
Oh yeah, the kitty was with Alpha Carl. It was.
Was it, was it a duo thing? It wasn't 2 cards. Oh, okay.
No.
Alpha Carl was a legend.
Yeah, he was funny. But it just, the fucking crabs,
man. So on this floor, you need to get a key to open a gate. Now, for every, say, like 3 teams of crawlers, there ends up being only 1 key. Now, that isn't how the game's made. It's because people might not be able to get a key. They just might fail.
They hadn't planned on there being, and because they hadn't planned on there being that many people on the floor.
So it was a way to sort of reset and kill a lot more off.
They had to thin the numbers.
And Carl thinks the whole way he got this new skill called Bone Key. He thinks he's going to have to use it. There's a lot of like, oh, how are we going to get down the floor? What's going to happen?
He was going to have to rip off. Oh, we didn't mention the Scavenger's Daughter patch.
Oh, he gets a patch.
Yeah, he gets the fucking mega super because he gets the Celestial box, doesn't he? For using.
So he gets his first Celestial item, doesn't he?
For something to do with the gate, right? And Donut's all pissy, and he gets the patch for the Scavenger's Daughter, which is fucking gnarly because whenever a god summoned, he rolls a D100 and gets a power. Well, no, he gets something relating to that god.
A boon from the god, yeah.
Yeah.
Temporary.
And if he beats the shit out of enough stuff, he fills up super spirit gauge and can do and then has to like. Yeah, he absorbs their souls.
Yeah,
into the super soul gauge, and then can hit. If he activates it, the next action is just going to be like amplified, boom, crazy stuff.
And if he doesn't activate it, he's warned something bad will happen. And we do learn a bit more about that.
Poisoning,
yeah.
Sort of thing.
There is a mad fight at the end of this between multiple gods. Oh, demons. So it's the first time we get demon emergence in this one. So there's the it's not Sheol. Is it from Sheol? So there's a place called Sheol where these demons come from. In order to get back to it, once they've emerged, they have to grab onto a living being and it sucks them back down and they get to take that soul with them, and so they get to go home. So their whole thing is, I want to grab on someone and take them back with me. But they unwittingly find a way to sort of pull the bodies out away from the demons, if that makes sense. So the demons are like inhabiting them. So Carl accidentally, it's doing a Carl thing, frees a shit ton of demons along with like a mega boss level demon thing. And it doesn't end too well.
Turns out to be one of the princes of hell.
Yeah. It's just insane.
But turns out that in the dungeon, life begins in the sperm.
Yes. Rao has to jerk off.
And to fulfill the demon lord's requirement of souls. Yep. The whole seal and crab thing is the crabs are trying to get to the sea to. They're like the
land crabs from.
Yeah, the red one. Everyone knows what we're talking about when you talk about those crabs. There's like a bajillion of them going across the roads and shit. Yeah, they need to go lay their eggs, and the seals don't like it. So, eventually, all the eggs are out in the ocean. So Carl's like, well, there's only one way you need to jizz in the portal to get the demon gone, because you gotta be a bit pent up by now. You're the only one left. Yeah. That was, and it's Alpha Carl just like
insulting him.
Turns out the crab's got a kink for that, and yeah.
Doesn't turn too well for Carl, who's now a crab jostler. That's like his new. Everyone's talking about how he touched a crab. The way they get through this one's really clever as well. They summon the totems in another area and then teleport them in. They find a way to like fast travel using teleport traps and stuff. That's all really cool.
Well, yeah, they figured that out, but to get into they basically figured out that you could get under the room because Carl's got all the portal abilities, right? They can see through, like, see what they do and stuff. He figured out that you could get directly underneath the stairwell to the next floor and go down the stairs by coming up from underneath it. So some fucky thing was going to happen, and as the floor collapsed, they went through the gate.
Yeah, but even before that, the teleportation I'm talking about is how they use like Samantha and the tosser, and they they basically shove traps up her throat hole, which we've learned can. Oh god, yeah, that's a point I definitely want to talk about. So there's a point in another book where but through her neck hole, which she also sort of claims is her lady garden, as well as, and she wiggles her neck in gross ways and things like this. Everyone who remembers Samantha's the sex doll head, the amputated one, and sentient with a god. But so he pops teleport trap up inside Samantha, and the plan is to sort of use her to jump him forward, but ends up wearing her as a hat, like, and gets
just ends up fully inside her.
Oh yeah, the whole body goes inside, isn't it? Yeah,
he is
somehow in the
because afterwards Samantha's like, "Oh, well, I never."
But it's just silly things like that.
The way they tell Louis
get inventive.
Yeah,
it's just brilliant. So they fight the big demon. Lo and behold, they win. Then they
don't even fight him. They talk to him, don't they?
Well, they
Carl Emberus comes and tells Carl, like, that guy might know something about my son's dying, or he said he does. Go fucking talk to him. Find out.
Donut cast, why are you hitting yourself on the demon while Carl's stuck inside his fist?
His hand, yeah.
Because and that's while he's in Samantha. So Samantha was Samantha was in his hand. He teleported inside Samantha, and then when she finally squirts him out, they're inside the demon's hand. So it's just a whole thing. And Donut, unfortunately, is cast, why are you hitting yourself? Which causes the demon with his fist closed to just keep punching himself in the face, which is slowly killing Carl. It's a lot. But yeah, we get a bit more of the Ember storyline, which is going to be ongoing. We understand that now. And yeah, they use the special technique. So when everyone gets sucked up into the port of Shoal that's up in the sky, they all, like you said, they use those bunker skills to get underneath the bunker scrolls, to get underneath the gates, so that when they're teleported up, I still don't get it. It doesn't it's a bit of a hole, but they by doing that they get through.
They did explain it all. I can't remember what it was, but they did do.
Is it like how the stairs go down? You go through the portal of the stairwell.
Because he was asking Pony like to do the math, not
Yeah.
do the maths on it, but do the maths on it. He was like, "Do you think that this would work?" And Pony's like, you know what? It's not the greatest idea. I give it about a 40% chance of work. Oh no, he's like, oh, it's about 50-50, and then he's like, wait a minute,
Yeah,
make it about 40%, but it, in theory, yes, it should.
Well, it does work, but not before Carl throws an entire spanner in the works. So we didn't speak about one thing that happened at the end of the last floor, which is really, really key. I can't believe we forgot about it. Donut and Princess Donut and Carl become faction war leaders, warlords. So they use the money that the Princess Posse has gained using Donut's social media board to buy a place in faction wars for Donut and Carl, which is an obscene amount of money they needed to gather, but they did it. And it means they can do things like vote for faction wars and things like this. And one of the things that they implement is that they've been trying to get a vote, trying to find a way to kill the guys in the other teams in faction wars, because at the moment, right, if they die, they just come back. They have like an invincibility sort of thing.
They would go back to the 18th floor.
Okay. Which isn't fair because everyone else is dying, so why shouldn't they? And they put a vote out that they want anything that's been undecided, because all the other faction war leaders are like, no, we're not doing this. Juice boxes around there murdering fuckers left, right, and center. They're just like, no, we don't want to do it. So they implement the new rule that the public get to vote for things that the warlords won't vote for to keep things moving. And the public.
They asked, wasn't it? Didn't they ask the AI to do it?
Yeah, well, they asked the AI. They said put the AI forward. They used an emergency action and said, no one's voting. We think you should put these important decisions to the public, and one of them we think you should put is
it was to like their own people.
Yeah. And so they basically just put this rule forward that now faction wars, everyone loses in vulnerability, and the public voted yes, they can all die now. So it's a proper like fuck you to the sky.
And the other important thing we kind of glossed over was Shia Maria.
Oh fuck yeah, Shia Maria, the totem, the spider.
Yeah, like he's warned to stay away. Like when Samantha finds this spooky spider thing, he's warned to stay away from it by like loads of people. And even Odette was like, we've got a legend about Shia Maria. Like we got not about her, but we've got something similar to that. It's called the Bedlam Bride.
The Bedlam Bride.
And the whole point when they start bringing up the special mind potions that would make them all safe, I knew that was a fucking red herring, or like not a death flag, but a death flag. Carl obviously forgets his potion has run out and like stares her right in the eye, and well, if Carl wasn't insane already, he is insane.
Because weirdly, not much really happens based off of that up to this point. I'd say I haven't seen much.
Well, I mean, the end of the book, he rips out fucking. He like fucks up loads of shit just before they just after Ren.
Oh, when she takes him, we forgot. Yeah, Shimura takes him over. Is that? Yeah. Okay, yeah, fair. So that allows her to like take him over, sort of thing.
Yeah, and they.
Because Donut combines them. That's what happens, doesn't she? She has a combine card. Thinks that what will happen, but doesn't realize that because the only card that is currently out is Shia Maria, and Carl is technically like her, I don't know, party member, whatever. Shimura and Carl get fused together, and that was one of the scariest parts of any book I've ever written, because I was just like, I don't want this can't happen to Carl. This can't happen. This can't not fucking happen right now. And it's horrific. It's horrific.
Yeah, I mean, it was more to me. It was what was happening to everyone else. Like,
Oh, no, for that reason. I mean, like, the fact that he's fucking
yeah,
breaking Mongo's wings. He's eating Linar's eye.
yeah, that was rude. Yeah, he was good spirited about it.
Oh, he was a legend.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like,
bless him.
that's cool, man. We got potions for that. That's cool. You got one
I
of my
was-
abilities, right? That's a good one.
the whole way through the next book, Carl just keeps like, I still taste it. So every now and again, he's like,
Oh,
I can taste the eye.
yeah,
Just like so fucked up.
man.
Oh, lost my headphones.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Carl gets a new pet.
Yeah. Yeah, Rend.
Yeah, because Ren, the crawler, was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Yeah. Well,
And
and that's so sad because if
yeah,
they'd have
right
waited a bit longer.
but she had like Carl think he
They did
mentions
say
it, didn't
that.
it? And
They said
like,
she was done.
She had topped out. She
Yeah.
wasn't. She was went out on her own terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Carl gets a little tummy achy bally boy.
Just a giant meatball. Well, it starts off small, doesn't it? But a giant meatball with armed legs, pretty much invulnerable, has like a set of weaknesses, and that's it.
They're the only thing. Yeah, every time he dies, he gets a new weakness.
Yeah. But the only thing that will kill him is one of those weaknesses. So it's like a weird win-win.
Yeah, and then like every set amount of deaths, he goes back to being baby form, but will then be exponentially stronger the next time.
Yeah.
But his weakness list will remain, and that just keeps getting bigger.
He's a cool little guy. Doesn't talk, just giggles a lot.
Yeah.
But you don't need him to talk. You understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, they go down to the next floor, and we're on to the next book.
Worldz. Yeah. Like
least favorite. Here's my least favorite, but also at the same time, I love it. So that's.
I can understand that. For someone that's not like a big worry person like that, I enjoy that sort of shit. And for me, again, it was the overarching story of that one and the culmination of everything leading up to Faction Wars. Like, because it had been mentioned for so long, like it almost felt like Faction Wars should be the end, but it felt like an ending. You know, like where One Piece has got like arcs inside the sagas. Faction Wars felt like it was the end of an arc.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay, I'm with you there. Yeah. It was almost like Marineford. Like it was huge.
Yeah,
like,
it was a massive event, man. Jesus Christ! Like I don't even know where to begin talking about this one. Like,
well, just do a bit of a
like obviously that there's a book 8, so they kind of it's a bit obvious that they win. So yay! But so many things happen. But also like it was all. I can understand why you wouldn't like it because a lot of the book is sort of fluff and window dressing. And at points I can feel like there is too much crammed into it, but I also feel like that's intentional. Again, this might be my headcanon, but because of how chaotic the like scenario is, constantly throwing new stuff at the reader, like you're constantly throwing new stuff at the characters, it puts you in a similar headspace, I think.
Yeah.
So I also, in that way, it was very effective.
The only thing I think that the big armies thing sort of like put me off a bit was that there was less of the missions. There was less of the, well, to begin with, especially for the majority of the book, there was less of the missions. There was less of the Carl and Donut, because they were there and they were doing things, but it was kind of irrelevant to what was going on around them because it was all so important.
Every other book felt like Dungeon Crawler, Carl and Donut.
Yeah,
it felt like the Royal Court of Princess Donut.
Yeah,
but this book felt like Carl. Carl was
and it opens up so much, like so much to the outside world. Like they literally get let's start from there. One of your favorite things, the anarchist cookbook, and
loads of old callers coming back. We get 3 cookbook writers coming back.
We get to have chapters that are completely based around cookbook authors. So they're not necessarily long, but they each add backstory to each of these crawlers and gives them another insight to the world. It tells you at the end of each of those chapters if they're alive or dead, what they're doing now, when they took a deal, what they're, and we learn about Milk, who was one of the really touching and really important characters for Faction Wars. And that was such a touching moment when he randomly bumps into her, has no idea who it's going to be, and immediately knows who she is.
Who it is, yeah.
That's so touching.
And it was funny that the reason they gave him the potato all that time ago was so that he could do like magic ink for tattoos, but Milk didn't. So all those recipes Milk had written in the cookbook were in that special ink that just didn't work, and she was like, shit, they all thought that it had worked, but it had run out by the time it had got to you. So all these things that people were like, how the fuck haven't you figured that out yet? Like, it just wasn't there. That was cool. Like, tying the little like loose threads, just tying them off nicely.
It's and they weren't key important bits. Do you know what I mean? It was just the fact that he knew about this yam, this magical vegetable, way back when. It's just, that is the sort of storytelling I find fascinating.
Also, just like, I like it, like Carl just recognizing just knowing that someone has had the cookbook to him, and I don't know, that sense of like camaraderie and like
family.
knowing, that someone else has been through it before you and made it through. And like, I really liked all of Carl's long entries in the cookbook. Like, I'm gonna make sure, because he was surrounded by these people that had made it through. He's like, I'm gonna write everything I can down this, because he mentions writing stuff in the cookbook quite a bit, but you don't really get any Carl entries apart from in response to other crawlers, or like, but this had like big long exposés about what they were going to do, how they were going to try and do it. Like, well, if this is my last entry, it didn't work. See you later. That sort of shit. It was like a nice look behind the curtain.
Yeah, it was at that point part of me was like, oh my god, what if we were just reading everything from the cookbook? You know, like the One Piece joke that like it's a Usopp story. I was like, oh fuck. But when we started getting Carl's entries, I was like, oh, okay. It's not like things that happened years and years ago. Once upon a time in a galaxy far away, a long time ago. Faction Wars felt like that. So the idea of Faction Wars is what, is 8? No, how many teams are there normally?
A lot.
But there's these teams.
It's a big team battle royale for a castle at the end.
But because there's 2 extra teams at the start. There's the NPC team and there's Carl and Donut's team. That the AI is like, it's even the odds. So it allows the factions to first of all hire mercenaries, and then as soon as Faction War starts, everyone apart from the Princess Posse and the NPC party up. They're like, yeah, we're mates now. Let's all just fuck them up. And I was just like, it's insurmountable odds. It's just, I don't understand. And it starts off not great for them. It does start off, they're sort of getting their ass kicked. But
that was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Like, that was the strength of the crawler party was the last 8 floors. Like, although the other people might, like, the universe, as we've read it, seems fairly peaceful. There's no big intergalactic wars. There's a fucking dude. It seems like our world without the wars scaled up universal scale. Yeah. They don't know, but the only wars going on in the dungeon, right?
Fair.
There might be like maybe there's like minor like shit on like outworld scuffles and stuff that you need some mercenaries and maybe there's like some space pirates and shit. But like true grueling survival warfare, only the crawlers know that. From what I see, like
Fair.
how easily Carl single-handedly decimated the elite forces that were the hunters, although they weren't all. Like obviously a bunch of them were accountants and shit, but a lot of them were the people that come and do this regularly and have done it a lot. Were nothing in the face of Carl, and that was one man.
Yeah.
Granted, he's powered up, and now you got what? How many thousand of them? 30, 40,000, I think were there. And then there's 20,000 regular crawlers and 50,000 former crawlers. Ooh, don't like those odds.
And to be fair, they also get Donut and Carl get massively powered up at the beginning of this floor with some extra celestial boxes for what they did on the last floor.
Yeah, and a bunch of benefactor boxes as well.
Oh, is that what they? Yeah. So Carl gets a phase through shit skill. Donut gets a new tiara.
The gloom wraith phase.
It does exactly what it sounds like, except blood and guts go splash when you go through people, which is fun. Time cop. Yeah. Donut gets a new tiara because Donut has become more and more obsessed with hats as this has gone on. So has a lot in her inventory, and she's given a tiara and 2 pillows, one from each different faction that are supporting her. And if she puts any hat on these pillows, it absorbs all the abilities and then can imbue them into the tiara, of which she can have up to 99.
Yeah,
so it basically just
like each she's just like the mega stacking, dude.
Oh my god, buffs.
That item in an MMO
could you imagine?
It's like the Sword of 1,000 Truths. the tiara of 1,000 buffs. Jesus Christ.
But we talk sometimes, well, not we, but power leveling is definitely a thing, or power scaling is a thing. It's not in the dungeon. It doesn't matter how fucking tough you get. It does not matter, because although you might do better, you're still going to end up facing Meteus.
Yeah, but hey, not even immortal gods are immortal.
What the fuck? That's amazing. I love that. Like, because you're like, oh shit, they're immortal now.
And even like the AI is like, wait a sec.
We learn that Agatha, we get a backstory of Agatha. We get her chapter. Turns out she's a form of residual, but not the same as the other residual.
Yeah, there's
she's
different factions in that party,
and she's
the more extremist version, right?
Yeah, she just wants everything to be blown up. Yep. That's the understanding. She wants it all blipped out. And the AI at parts takes a human form and has hinted weirdly that he's in love with Agatha. It's a very strange thing going on in the background here.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
It's so weird.
The whole AI thing's real freaky. Like when he turns up and he's like, "I need relationship advice." Like,
yeah,
you what? So she's kind of cool. She's taught me a lot about myself, but she's got this ex, and he just got out of prison.
Talking about the ex,
yeah. What? And so the ex is going to be the inner AI, the mega one in the center of the galaxy or universe, wherever the habitable zone. It's got to be that one.
That's what I'm thinking, because at the end, Stonenuts gets summoned in because the AI can take a form of another NPC that's in the dungeon. So it's talking to Carl, Donut, and Oren. And it goes mad, doesn't it? Like, it's very scary. Donut realizes she's in a lot of trouble, and he at the end of it says, "Oh, the like because Donut says what she look like, and the AI just goes Agatha. Donut's like, oh, she's fucking rank, and he loses his mind. Like, well, I say the AI loses its mind, and sort of proper shouts down Donut, like, don't talk about my lady like that, sort of Vegetaing it up.
My Agatha.
Where I lose track sometimes this book is how everything went down.
Yeah, who was who?
Yeah, who was who? How did they end up
end.
killing certain bad guys, and the dream and the slimes and the this and that, and
yeah,
it was a lot. It was a lot.
The dream and the Reavers and the someone else. I kept getting them all mixed up. But again,
they mix themselves up.
Yeah, like I said to you though, and like you said to me with the Iron Tangle.
Yeah.
Don't think about it and you enjoy it. Don't try and remember all those dumb little points. Just, they're all going to die anyway.
Yeah.
Even if there wasn't, well, even if you didn't know book 8 was in the works, like, come on.
So,
really?
Carl has to go after the Naga with Donut, right?
That was
in order, so they have to kill all the Sultanate. So they turn up to the castle ready to go, and they're all wiped out. Like, it's bizarre. They're like, what's going on? And then turns out that Pony turned up, started fucking everyone up.
Because they were the ones, the Naga were the ones that run the program that killed Miriam, right?
Yeah.
So he has sworn blood vengeance upon their entire line forever.
But he gets put in a timeout because he ends up going to a meeting with a liaison and fights the liaison, so he gets put in like space, like space jail, dungeon jail. And when he comes out, says like, Carl, I'll find you and I'm going to murder you, because he refuses to go become a part of the Carl and Donut posse crew thing.
Oh yeah, because they were like, the Nagas basically turned around like, well, he's working with them, he's part of their party, he shouldn't be able to do this to a blah 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 blah, and they were like, oh, let us think about that. Yeah,
so that's how he got. Yeah, that's why he was being questioned, and then space jail because he fought them. But I was shocked. I always thought that Pony would be like a new sort of what's the one with the dogs called? Luciamar. Like, oh god, this new threat constantly hanging over us. Like, are they going to be on our side? Are they not? No, he literally loves Carl.
Yeah.
And he tells us, I love you, Carl.
He's like, I'm so sorry I was mad at you. I'm not going to kill you anymore. I forgive you. I forgive you for everything. You're my best friend in the whole world.
Oh god, it's so touching, isn't it? And then I have to make it comedic because unfortunately, every time Pony does something really romantic or lovely or just basically finishes a sentence, he then bleats very loudly as a goat does in the face of Carl. He does. It's so funny.
He does do a lot. He does do a lot of screaming. Teeny spoiler. You find out the reason for all of that in book 8
cool.
a little bit, not specifically Pony, but you get a little bit of a Caprid lore, which is quite funny.
But yeah, so Pony ends up helping them.
Yeah, he joins. Along with Bianca, who has now become like a full-size Hellspawn.
Yes.
Like, Red Dragon. That's what I see when I picture.
Fair.
Yeah. She's damn. That'd be a hell of a mount, though.
We're obviously not gonna touch everything in this book, but we have to talk about Luciamar, because it turns out that this girl with the 2 dogs isn't just a girl. And we always thought that she was like a bit psychotic and like maybe split personality. Little bit more than that.
Yeah, she's got all the consciousnesses of like 150,000 or 140,000 kids all like floating around in her brain. And I'm pretty sure one of the doggies was a residual.
Well, we don't know. They didn't say it, but the doggies were the ones in charge. They were. You always thought it was Lucia, but it wasn't. It was the dogs. So.
Oh no! She does mention someone around her being a residual.
Okay.
Sure. It was. Yeah, there was a bunch. Yeah, it was a bit chaotic towards that bit, but
it was chaotic.
Definitely got mentioned.
But yeah, she goes to kill Donut, traps Donut in her little tower. And
they end up playing Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that's funny. They do play Donkey Kong. Lo and behold, they obviously defeat her, but then she gets zapped away when Carl decides not to kill her.
It's Ren, isn't it? Ren saves her. Bites
Yeah,
off the dog,
well,
bites off the dog's head.
Ren saves Mongo because Mongo's about to be killed by the dog.
Yeah.
And then there's a skill called Wrecking Ball. Carl can summon Ren towards him, so he uses it and splits the dog in two. Oh, that was a very good sound effect.
Carl is sort of safe from Shia Maria after he fucked her up. After she fucked him up a bit.
We have some brain weird going in, like into brains.
Because Catty was doing her like last bit of rehab. Like dungeon rehab. And her and Carl had to do some memory mumbo jumbo stuff. And Shia Maria was like, ha! I'm coming to say hello. And when she takes over, Carl turns into a giant spider.
Yeah.
And so that was a cool part. How they used that to also figure out that people were getting messages from the outside, and how that was again unfair on the crawlers.
Yeah.
And the AI needed to do something about it. And I love the description of like Carl not being turning back from Shia Maria to Carl, and all of the silhouette of blood just dropping on him. Yeah, that's
a really cool visual.
Yeah.
But luckily Shia Maria is now safe deep down inside. It's another Carl's Doomsday scenario weapon. At some point he could unleash her, but she can choose whether or not she gives his body back if he was to ever unleash her. So she might not.
So no, her husband sealed her away in Carl's memories.
Yeah, at any point Carl can let her out. That's like specifically said, because Carl's like, okay. I've now got these two massive weapons that I can use. And the reason that is called upon is because there is a fight in Club Vanquisher, which is fucking phenomenal. That's such a cool fight. The Naga Queen gets all smart or princess gets very smart and basically tricks Carl into fighting a god, which, as we all know from every bit of this book, is not a good idea.
But Carl's other new skill.
So gross, man.
Carl's other new skill. Run, little Gunter. What a skill.
What skill?
Is that what it was called? Run, little Gunter, or something, little Gunter?
I think it's like that. Or little Gunter, and then he just runs
fat
forward.
Little German boy that runs towards someone
with lederhosen.
Yeah. Do you know what it reminds me of? There was in Age of Empires 2, there's a cheat you could put in which gave you sappers, which were monkeys. It reminds me of that. It's like you just summon like 100 monkeys and then like make them run at someone's castle and explode.
In that god fight, I wasn't sure how he was going to get out, and I thought he might use Carl's Doomsday scenario.
I feel like that's a Chekhov's gun. That thing. it can't be used till the last book.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's the first big thing that he got, right?
Yeah.
It'll be the last thing he uses.
That's cool.
I think he's going to figure out a way to amplify it or something in the meantime.
Beforehand, he did get the Kamaris figure.
Yeah.
He got that before, and he's found out that that's apparently
a super mega one.
Yeah, like a god of a plush god.
And
so he's got a lot of this shit now.
He also sort of figures out that he could make another Doomsday scenario as well, doesn't he? Because he's like, I've got another one of these glass cases, and all I have to do is like overload a bunch of soul crystals. I've got thousands of those. So there's going to be a bigger Doomsday scenario for sure.
But yeah, lo and behold, Carl somehow has invulnerability because he's lucky. Because was it from the patch?
It was from the patch. And he took because the AI explains it afterwards in the achievement, doesn't it? It's like, you are fucking lucky. You had what? Because there's like 5 types of immortality. Like you could be immortal, you can be invulnerable, you can be invincible, you can be Oh, damn! I should have paused, and you should have just. Damn! Oh, we missed a beat there. But yeah, so he's like, "You had true immortality. You are fucking lucky. Don't try that shit again." Because he just drops a bomb at his feet, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And yeah, and hopes that he can heal before the snake can. Like, what?
And it works.
Yeah.
Well, sort of. He ends up
he-
getting saved by Empress's brother. Is his brother? Yes.
Yeah.
Empress's brother turns up. All the gods sort of start coming out. His patch is going crazy. Yeah. It's a very fun, thrilling fight. I can't remember the purpose of that. To get the Naga, of course it is.
Yeah.
And they do. They get her. She's done. So luckily, it's now between Katia and Donut, which is fantastic.
I love that last bit. And how they proper like Ocean's 11 the Huaxin Jinx chick. At the beginning, because it was at the beginning of this one or the last book where it opens with Odette and
beginning
Mordecai,
of the last one,
and it goes on about how she was a fucking bitch. I thought he was introducing like a long-term villain. Nope. Just like, by the way, Donut, did you level up your laundry day skill? Oh yes, I believe I did. Bye god armor. Kill that bitch. And which also like frees the god, right?
Yeah, so frees the god, and it was what she was trying to sort of do something similar to Odette as well. Who we find out during this book now sees her only existence, and the only reason she exists is to help Mordecai. She wants nothing else in this world other than to help Mordecai, because she was his manager before and killed his brother and was selfish, and now her whole existence revolves around Mordecai, which is really sweet. Mordecai still hates her and wants her dead, but
I still don't quite trust that.
Do you not?
Her first bit of advice is not to trust anyone, right?
Yeah.
And she said, especially not me. Well, not especially not me, but not even me. So
fair.
I feel it's a motive that she can that will be part of it. Yeah. But there'll be a bit more. I'm hoping.
Well, it's what she claims anyway. She claims that's her existence. One thing I really want to talk about. Sorry, we're sort of glossing over that a little bit, but it's fantastic that they finally get that bitch. That's amazing, and how they use Katia's choosing, and it was the whole plan all along is to freeze the god, and it was just it was so good to finally get one over on someone when they're constantly the ones having shit done to them,
and using the systems that are in their power to do so. Like they're literally, I appreciate using the bug exploits. You know, like I'm sorry, AI, you didn't patch it in time. It's part of the game. I didn't know that would happen. I just noticed it one time. I wanted to see if it would work for longer. It did. Sue me.
The other thing is that Donut is extremely powerful right now, and the highest level crawler when she makes this murder, because of what happens to her at the top of the tower.
Yeah,
which is marked. I love that the Naga shit happened already. So we already know that Donut.
It's just Donut and Katia.
Yeah, it's not the problem. So we've got gods. Every crawler, her friends, family, all this stuff are currently in a swine ball.
Yes. If you don't remember a swine ball, it's a big ball of piggies that are fucking.
Yeah.
Our people aren't fucking. They're just a big ball of people.
And they're screaming like they're in consistent pain, along with two gods. One of the gods is called Metis, which is a normal-sized gremlin with a god-sized penis attached. So it's basically a penis with a gremlin on it.
And the god who had lost his penis comes to come and get it, right?
Yeah, he comes to get it, and the whole Metis then wants to fuck the god. It's a whole messy thing. That god hates sound. You don't need to know all this. Basically, there is currently a massive ball being chased by a god with a dick hanging out of it, and it's got all of the crawlers in it. Well, 99% of them, let's say, along with 99% of all the bad guys. Basically, anyone who wasn't in a room at the time of the ball's creation is in the ball. So this isn't. This is like a move. It's huge. You can't even think how big this ball is.
It was part of her. Was that part of her war crime spell? One of her war crimes.
No, the war crime comes next.
Okay.
So the actual spell called war crime, but she uses an atrocity. I think it's called something like that to do this. So she creates this swine ball. Because she's powered up from being in the tower, and she's got a no, she hasn't got the tattoo yet.
She had the tattoo. She just hadn't like tapped into it.
Yeah,
but, like the crawlers that had come in had specifically picked like civil engineer classes and had like built this mega super tower, and then because of the tower, it was super duper robust and it had loads of inherent buffs in it. And then the mages went to work on it, giving it all these other buffs, which overlapped into these other buffs, and then on top of that, Donut's a sniper for the and she's been given like
skill.
she's been given a ghillie suit and like a night vision laser thingy.
She's basically just like she's incredibly powerful. She does this spell, creates this ball,
Overwatch,
and they throw some things called fleshers on it, which are old human skins that are trying to overtake the body. It's just fucked. Everything's fucked. Long short, Donut kills 100,000. I don't even know. Like she goes up from a level like 70 to 135. So just put that in perspective. She almost doubles her level, and we all know doubles get harder to level up as you progress in games. She's done a lot
as well. Yeah.
And then the same
that shit was.
A little side note, which I just got to chuck in: Linar's sister uses a ring of divine suffering on the ball before Donut does this spell, which means that she ends up being the most powerful crawler for skills because she doesn't get the levels, but she gets all of their bonus skills and maxes every skill out, which has never happened before.
I worry that not worry. So who was it that we were saying was going to be ever not the? There was a crawler, I think that we were. Can't remember. Damn. Oh well. I worry because she used that ring so much. Like she's got to be a bit batshit crazy.
Well, they say that's Carl says like that. He believes it's the ring that caused the river. He calls it, which is like an unending issue, a relentless force, and we don't know much about it yet, other than that
there's a cool theory about that.
Oh, very fun.
It's actually tied to Carl's race.
Okay.
Because basically, do you remember what the purpose of the crawl is to like break down the world and inside? So each AI is a primal engine, yeah. And when everything that is made on the Earth has got like a tiny primal cell in it, and the AI absorbs all that energy and all the cells to create the habitable zone or whatever. People are theorizing that the river is actually just all of the souls of all the primals that are tied up in that primal engine, and because Carl's a primal, he can like hear it.
Wow!
It's just because tied to his race, because they made the AI, the original AIs and stuff.
Yeah, well, it makes sense because at the end of the floor, Donut munches on his ring, and it doesn't make a blind bit difference. He's like, did nothing, but oh well, at least it's gone.
I got some stat boosts.
But Donut commits, as you said, something called war crime, which basically
she makes her like
she combines two spells and just fucks by using her own paw. She smushes thousands.
Yeah, it's like she combines 3 spells together, and the last one she was like, "Oh, what should I use? Okay, well, I'm a cat. Astral paw, douche." And lots of
just patting it.
Yeah, like you ever see a cat that goes to attack something and its paw moves like a bajillion times in 1 second, and you look at your hand again.
Oh,
and
I remember it's a war crime.
There's like loads of cuts on your hand. Yeah.
It's a war crime because no matter what happens to them, they don't die. So one of the spells means that these things will continue suffering unless the AI sets them free. but Lena creates a chain mail mesh, which is what they call a finisher, because you have to pair a walker with a finisher, otherwise they won't. They'll just. He was talking about like there was a pool of mush that lived sentient for like inconsistent pain for centuries or something. You hear it anyway, fucked, and it obviously messes with Donut. She's a mass murderer, but now she's also a she doesn't get a single player killer skull, which is fantastic, and she is the fucking level 135.
Number one crawler, where she deserves to be. Finally.
So yeah, there was a point card took control of the princess posse, and
oh bless her, she was like, you could tell that she was genuinely actually. It wasn't just like an ego upset. That was like she was worried he was going to leave her. Still, like, come on, bruv.
It's so touching.
Yeah.
I
wish my cat was like that.
I also just have to, before we finish off, mention Lewis. And so Juicebox is the leader of the NPCs, also Lewis's wife. Lewis was one of the stupid drunks from floor 3.
Floor 3.
Yeah, and we all think he's a joke, and actually becomes one of the top characters in my opinion.
Central guys, yeah.
And he gets his lungs and heart removed and replaced with bionicle ones that turn out to actually have been from the Dream Leader, who is now able to stop and kill him at any point. And fuck me,
who's still pissed that Louis said that Lewis, however you pronounce his name, his mum was hot.
Well, no, because he fucked his mum. It's not just that his mum was hot. He got Juicebox to turn into his mum, and he fucked her.
Yeah, come on, bro. You're an alien. You
get over it, like, yeah,
innit, bruv?
Take a bit of flattery. It wasn't actually your mum. It just didn't look like her,
right?
But this is also a massive moment for Samantha, who's always been selfish. Give me my body, give me my body. And she's joked about how much she loves Lewis, and we've always took it as we always took it as a joke.
I never took it as a joke.
She loves everyone.
No, not like
she loves Lewis.
No, she.
But she, and I would agree though, because she gives him her body.
Yeah,
she has a body in Carl's inventory that she's trying to get into. It's her soul swap idea, and
from Signet. Yeah, Signet gives her a new body.
Bushka's masquerade.
Yeah, because it shows how much she loves Louis. Yeah.
And he ends up with this new heart and lungs, but side effect.
He's a fish.
Kills.
Yeah.
He's now a fish, man. And very touchingly, when he wakes up, Juicebox leaves him because she realizes that he's scared of her.
Yeah.
It's not a fair relationship. And it sounds so touching. And we knew that all along because he's one of the most real characters, and Carl is realizing like something's not right. And he's always like, no, dude, I'm chill. And you're like, is he chill? He could be chill. He could just be like that. No, he was being terrified the whole time.
Yeah.
She got to see inside him with the when the brain touching happened or something.
Yeah.
But yeah. Poor old Loosebox and Dewey. Juicebox and Louis.
Also, Justice Light.
Yeah, that whole bit.
Up.
Yeah, but I also don't. I'm like, what did it do? What, I don't really understand. So it's huge for the whole series, right? This is a massive event at the end of the book. But I'm like, I don't.
The ramifications are explained a bit. You'll get to it quite soon.
But let's forget about that.
No, I just like his I know. I just like his whole setup as well of creating this like you never see the guy ever. All he is doing is building this mega trap underground. The entire faction wars. He's got this team of sluggerlows which should be loyal to Carl and Donut, but have like switched allegiances and are also infiltrated by changelings because Juicebox is kind of terrified of what Justice Light is going to do.
Yeah.
And Justice Light knew the second that all the Sluggerlow and the changing was switched and didn't say that, like, that whole, like, Mexican standoff at the end with him. And it was like, trust me, you're going to want to see this. I've been working on this for too long. You're going to want to see this one.
Because there's a moment with Justice Light, right, and he asks for the gate because he's like, "Where is the gate? I need the fucking gate," because they lost it. Oh my god, the War Mages!
Yeah,
there's a whole new faction turn up. They're fleshers that have fleshed so many times they're now sentient, and then the only creature of the dungeon The only thing that was ever born of a dungeon.
The only dungeon born properly. Everything else is made for purpose. They're not.
And they have some massive ulterior motive, and it's going to be huge. And we know it's super important to the books, but we don't really know much else other than they got the scavenger's daughter, but we don't know what that is.
No, we can guess, and I guess it's Samantha's Uzi girl.
Yeah, it would make sense because she was complaining about not being able to feel her anymore at the same time, so she's disappeared. So,
or that's another like red herring.
It could be another red herring. There is so much still hanging, but I know it's all going to pay off because everything has paid off so far to the nth degree. The cookbook, the yam, the sepsis whore, like all of it has been important. All of it.
Do you know what? It's funny you say that, yeah, because there's one that ties up like right at the beginning of book 8, which I saw a post on, someone commented on Reddit about it like 2 weeks ago, and I read it in book 8, and I flashed back to reading it on Reddit to flashing back to the first time he uses those items, and it's all the way back in book 1.
Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah. There's it. Yeah, if you notice it, it is quite early on. You might have even gone past it already, but when I saw that, I was good.
Very cool.
It was cute. Katia like turning into Carl.
Katia's gone.
Yeah, when they were like, okay, well, I'll let you choose who like is the dad. Sorry, I know you want it to be this guy, but you can't, and it's not. Turns out the god wasn't talking about Katia's boyfriend. She's talking about Carl.
What? How do you know that?
Yeah, there's looks. They describe it.
My understanding was that it was Batista because he was now a
it was Carl.
Thingy.
Actually, that could be my headcanon. That could be ambiguous for the reader. My headcanon is it was Carl.
But yeah, I mean maybe, but the reason why I would disagree
because she didn't want to bang Carl. Is
not in any way, shape, or form.
It's because of that shared experience of Carl seeing her lowest and that whole thing. At that point, Carl and Katia, they love each other. Obviously, there's it's not a romantic.
It's not
love.
romantic. No,
but I also think at that point, Katia is sort of falling out of love with Batista. They care about each other a lot, but I think
I guess I have a different view, and I love that we can both have different views and they can both be right. And my view is that there is a lot of funniness between him and Batista, but it's because like the whole way through I thought she was going to take the deal to go down floors. That was just what was insinuated. But then when you learn about Annie, I was like, oh, come on, she has to have a kid. Like, that's what she wants. But also, she doesn't know what's going to happen, but she decides to take the risk. And the fact that Batista comes up with the prosthetics, because she has to turn into a human, and it turns, God, it's so touchy. She's like missing legs. He turns up, he's got all these prosthetics for it. The arguments they've been having are more based around what's going to happen. And because you wouldn't want a baby with your brother. And Carl is her brother. And that's why, and then she turns and goes like Louis. The thing is, if it was Batista first, if it was Carl first, you then go, well, what about the lion? Do you know what? You give him a go, no. But the fact that it's Louis who gets to become a dad is super sweet, super sweet. Oh God, that Katia thing.
I just thought
sad, man.
Because she knew that it had to be a close race, that because Batista's a Tigran. And Carl's a primal, which was close enough to being a human still. That's why my headcanon is that she was thinking of it being Carl, not Batista, because she knew that it couldn't be him.
Yeah.
Already. Because Katia, in all honesty, is the smartest one in the fucking party, right?
By miles.
So, like, she would have had that all sort of figured out. And I think she would have had Carl's kid because of out of a respect thing. Not thinking of him like a brother like that. Is more that I've been through the last however many months of hell with this man, and I know I wouldn't have got through it without him. Fair. And he wouldn't have got through it without me either. And because of that, I think
I want to leave it on one theory I have that is maybe we could both do a theory. I don't know if you've got any personal theories, but if not, you can do whatever you want. I've got a personal theory of what's going to happen to Katia, and it makes me feel sick because in this book we were introduced to Lucia Ma, and the whole idea is that somehow Lucia has the souls of the people who are from the creche on the planet above. And I have a horrible feeling that Katia has been transferred into side Lucia Ma with her baby. I have a horrible feeling that's where she is.
I wouldn't think that.
I really hope that's right.
Yeah, no, because no, I don't see that.
I want her to be out. That's what I want, but something's just telling me something's up. Because Florin's so worried because his wife, who was pregnant, is in the same place. I don't know. I
think we need to know more
about Lucia.
No, about the facility, because they mentioned the kids from the facility being in there. They mentioned all the kids being in a coma and the people in the facility not knowing what to do. So I'm thinking that probably parents have been separated. Kids got taken to the facility. The parents didn't. So
what about pregnant women?
Yeah, I don't.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I don't.
We'll find out.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like the AI would be specific. I don't know. Yeah,
He's a dick.
It's a fucky one, but I don't know, because then you're mixing adults in with all the kids. I don't know. I think that makes. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I think there's something more to it. I don't think she's safe. I don't want her to be.
I don't think she's safe because she's on the surface.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
that's my her not being safe sort of thing.
Fair enough.
Theory wise, no, not really. I was trying to think of some during the day and like have a look for some, but I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, that's not always a bad thing, because this is literally the only one I have, because I'm just letting him just take me for the ride.
Yeah,
I don't need to know what's going to happen next. I kind of like close my eyes, just I fully trust you, take my hand, lead me along the road. Like, this is the best book series I've ever read by miles.
I think there's more to the AI than we're seeing at surface levels. I've gone primal, crazy. I think there's a shit ton more to it than that. But no clue.
No clue, eh? Could be anything.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. I love the fact that he sort of hinted at there being, well, he said originally, so who knows, it could have changed, but 10 books, but that the last 2 could be split. So we could potentially have 4 books after this one, but that's not enough for the flaws we have. It doesn't, who knows what's going to happen. We've already seen that flaws can be skipped. We know that, like, oh god, there's wars on the top side right now. What can we learn about? Are we going to maybe go back in time for it? Who knows what he could do, but I'm ready for it all.
I'm gonna not comment because I've read far enough into the next book to sort of know what the answers to those questions. So.
Well, it's nice that they get answered. What if you had to give I think you talked about it a bit in your work little online reviewy thing, but like if you had to sell this book series, what would you say?
Yeah, I mean, if you that work one was like his stupid corporate line. I wouldn't try. I don't think it needs to. I mean anybody that I would any person that I'd recommend books to that listens to me, so I don't bother with anyone else. It's honestly for everyone.
Yeah.
So like I say that Vinland Saga is like the Game of Thrones of anime. That it is something that anybody and everybody could watch and enjoy because it's not an anime story. You know what I mean? I think that Dungeon Crawler Carl is the Game of Thrones of lit RPG, because at the
Nice.
end of the day, half of the book you're reading is level ups, power up stuff, power fantasy nonsense, but it's so well done and in such a. The setting is almost never still Earth.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting take on it. Like, it's Running Man, Big Brother. It's just wacky craziness.
Yeah.
With a talking cat that can
And
shoot laser beams from her eyes.
It just grows. It just gets bigger and bigger, and the world gets bigger and wider. And
the universe is not even the world, bruv. It's the universe.
And beyond. Well, we rambled a lot.
That was a long one. Fuck, that was a long one. Man, I'm dying.
Yeah. Sorry we rambled a bit and started to lose it. It's late at night and we probably should have paused halfway through and realised how long it was going. We've been going for nearly 2 hours. But
I was
going to say before
the last one, I was like, man, should we? But when we just carried on powering through, it's like, no, it's
But yeah, I hope you enjoyed some of that. Do let us know down in the comments, and also let us know if you want us to not do any of these really long ones. I get that too.
And if you listened far enough to put something in the comments, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Until next time, I have been Beyond Joe.
And I am Stephen.
And thank you for joining us.
In the dungeon. I was trying to think of different floors, but just the dungeon. We're in the dungeon. Lacrosse, we were there. And the Elfie place, we were there too. And Cuba.
Well, yeah.
And Cuba.
Glurp, glurp.
Glurp.